You can go across. I was like, you can go across. Give everybody a second to get in. Good afternoon. It is great to be back here and close out this week's special session and sign not one, not two, but 3 different tax cuts for the people of Arkansas. I want to give a special thanks to President Bart Hester and Speaker Brian Evans for their quick work to get these bills passed this week. I also want to say thank you to Senator Jonathan Dismang and Representative Les Eves for sponsoring this session's tax cuts, and to Representative Bart Schultz for his leadership on increasing the homestead tax credit. And want to say thank you to all of the members of the legislature who helped us get this done and provide relief for every Arkansan. I'm very appreciative of Secretary Jim Hudson and the other members of the cabinet for joining us and for their work to help keep our economy growing and our government small so we can pass savings along to our people. I want to give a little bit of context about where Arkansas is and how our state is delivering for our citizens. Thanks to the budget I signed last week, Arkansas state government now taxes and spends about $6.7 billion each year. That's $2,200 per Arkansan. And I know that's a lot of money, but I want to put it in context of what other states are doing around us. California has a $349 billion budget this year, $8,800 per person. New York spends $263 billion, which is $13,000 per person. It's no surprise that both states are staring down multi-billion-dollar budget deficits and have sky-high tax rates. But it's not just blue states that Arkansas is outperforming. You know, they like to say that everything is bigger in Texas. Well, so is their spending. $169 billion each year, or $5,300 per person. Even Florida spends $117 billion each year, which is about $5,000 per person. Compare that to Arkansas. Over the past 3 years, we've made the largest investment in history in our public education system, grown our state police force, expanded offerings at our state parks, invested in public safety, and a lot more, all while still recording huge budget surpluses. Thanks to the fiscal discipline of those standing around me, we've cut income taxes as of today 4 times and returned $1.5 billion to the people of our state. Today, we're going to double down on a strategy that has made Arkansas the #1 state for lowest cost of living, the #1 state Americans are moving to, and routinely one of the top states for economic growth in the country. More tax cuts. When Democrats ran Arkansas, our income tax rate was 7%. When I took office, it was 4.9%. Today, we're going to move it down to 3.7%, a 25% reduction since I became governor. Arkansas will now have the lowest income tax rate since the tax was created 100 years ago. We will also cut our corporate taxes by another 0.2% and increase the homestead tax credit. If you make over $26,400 a year, you will see more money back on your paycheck starting immediately. I want to again thank the legislators who have made this 4th round of tax cuts possible, and thank you to the people of Arkansas, because we know that you're going to spend this money much better than the government ever could. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for your great partnership, and Senator Dismang, I'll turn it over to you.
Governor, I hadn't heard those numbers on the other states, so that's pretty remarkable, may steal the show today. One thing I'd like to say, we've repeated ourselves a lot over the last couple of days. This has been a process that has spanned more than a decade. It actually started in 2013. I went back and looked at some of the old bills and also just the tables and everything else we set up. We've really cleaned things up and how we moved through this process in the last couple of sessions. And so I do appreciate your leadership, Governor, on that. I do want to take just a second to maybe say something I haven't said enough about, and that is the members in this room. Again, a lot of members in this room have been with us through this entire journey since 2013. It's been incredible, and I can't think of another issue that the legislature has committed that much time for or to, and been that consistent about. And that's really, I think, something to say about our dedication to making sure we drive down the income tax rate in Arkansas for both our individuals and corporations so that we're competitive and we're putting more money into people's pockets back home. Specifically, though, I do want to talk about Blake Johnson. He's the majority leader in the state Senate, and he's standing here in the back, which is what he typically does. And on this conversation, he typically stands in the back. But he was one of the first ones in the room to start driving the conversation about reducing income taxes in Arkansas. So with that, Majority Leader, we thank you for your service.
Thank you, Senator Dismang. As usual, he said most of what needs to be said. It is an honor to be here with you, and also want to thank Speaker Evans for his leadership. All the House members and Senate members, thank you for helping us get this across the goalpost. It is truly an honor to stand with Governor Sanders as we announcing the fourth tax cut in 4 years. That's a big deal. As she said, over $1.5 billion that we left in the pockets of our taxpayers back home. That's something we're all proud of. And again, thanks to my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for your hard work. Thank you.
And if there are, we'll take a couple questions before we sign. Sure.
You had strong support and also strong criticism during the tax cut special session, with some arguing that revenue could fund critical needs for Arkansans. Now we claim your care. Awareness is the goal, you say, but many say access is still lacking in parts of the state. What's the metric you're using to get that success?
Well, I think that you guys want to make the conversation of choosing between one thing or another. We don't have to do that, and we haven't. We've invested in our key priorities at the same time been able to cut taxes. We invested $45 million annually in maternal health care in a way that we haven't in decades. That's the type of thing that we are doing. Also, look at education. We're investing more now in education than we ever have before. At the same time, we're cutting taxes, and we're still getting budget surpluses. That's a good thing. We shouldn't be choosing between one or the other. We can actually walk and chew gum at the same time. This legislature is proving that. We're delivering on the promises that we made to the people of this state to make our state better, and at the same time, let them keep more of their money. That's a win for everybody. It's something I think every single one of us is proud of. One of the things that is allowing us to cut taxes is that our economy is strong and it's growing, and a lot of that is because our businesses are doing well. We want that to continue to be the case. We want companies that already exist to stay and expand, and we want new business to come and call Arkansas home. Because we're creating a tax environment as well as a quality of life environment that people are attracted to, that is helping make our state better. And I think that you're seeing, as you mentioned, people leave places like California and New York and move and relocate to Arkansas. Sure.
If you do the math, the fiscal 27 is 190, the surplus based on
I was told there was not going to be math today, but.
so that's a surplus of $120 million. There was a period of time where that would be a large surplus. I guess maybe in recent years that's a small surplus. Any concern that you're going to see that disappear and maybe have to cut budgets?
I think Arkansas continues to be in a great place. Our economy, like I said, is as strong as it has ever been. Our workforce is strong. We're investing where it matters, and we're still delivering on tax cuts. That's a win-win to me. I don't know, Senator Dismayne. I'm sorry? We try to get as close as we can on the forecast. The good news is we're well over where we expected to be as of, I guess, yesterday. We're at $220 million above forecast already for this year. So Arkansas continues to do really well while cutting taxes. I think it shows that what we're doing is actually working. And instead of fighting against and trying to pick it apart, I think people should get on board because it's proven, if you look at all of the metrics that we measure by, it's working. We're still competitive. We're still hopeful. It will be an incredible economic investment in a part of the state that would benefit greatly from that type of investment. It's something that I think would lift all of Arkansas up, and I'm hopeful that ultimately will be the site and the place chosen. Soon. I certainly think within the next couple of months. Sometimes these things take a little bit longer, but we anticipate that it's sooner rather than later. This won't be an extended and lengthy process. Thank you all so much.